Alrighty, hello. We're going to take a look today at Gabriel Picolo's work, and specifically the use of color throughout his work. So, starting here at this first page, this is from his book, Raven. So, for this one, the color palette is a lot more muted. It's a lot softer colors. You can see down here at the bottom, it's broken up by this purple that tends to be associated with Raven. This kind of shows, like, internal thoughts. Since this character is a lot more introspective, the color palette is muted throughout most of it. However, there are a few instances where this is different. For example, here on this page, we have a much more intense scene, which brings in the red of Trigon, which is her father. It's supposed to feel kind of foreboding with the heavy dark shadows. And you can see it's a lot more saturated here than it is normally. This also crops up later in another emotional context. Here we have a full page of colored artwork here, where it brings that sort of emotional focus. For example, if we look at the page just left to it, here's a lot more that more muted color palette, but it changes in moments of emotional intensity. As for Beastboy, the second in the series, the color palette is a lot brighter in general. You can see here just from that first page, there's a lot more green, it's a lot more saturated. This leans into the fact that the Beast Boy, the character, is a lot more animated. He's a lot less introspective. He's a much more in-the-moment kind of character. However, the trend of the color bringing in more emotional intensity does carry through. If we turn to here, this is during one of his first transformation sequences. And you can see it's full page, full color, bringing in sharper colors than it does in the rest of the work itself, even with the brighter color palette used throughout Beast Boy itself. So there's that thorough line there. Now we move on to the third one, which is Beast Boy Loves Raven. It's their combined comic. As you can see, this one shares Beast Boy's much more saturated color palette. But if you look closer, you can see the pop-outs that you see in Raven, with the colored outline around introspective thoughts. So that has carried through as now part of the third story, as Beast Boy is evolving as a character. He's becoming a little bit more introspective, so it takes that same visual element from Raven and brings it in. An element that you can see is still shared with Raven. We have more of these purple pop-outs where it keeps their colors consistent. So the green for Beast Boy and the purple for Raven, which can be seen all throughout the comic. Even in the backgrounds here, we have this building that's green, that building that's purple. A more intense example. Be right here at the end, the big kiss scene. As you can see, all of the background trees are either purple or green. So it mixes their color palettes to show that emotional intensity, but also the harmonization of both ideas behind the first two books. Essentially, it takes the same visual and color themes and combines them together to create that sense of they're linked.